Stepling dead.
Hey, that's hot.
Another day.
What's up, baby? What's up, dude? I'm good. How are you? I'm just like, I was like driving here and I was like, dude, he's coming to Des Moines, man.
I know.
I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm so excited, dude.
There's this church like right across the street from it. That's like really pretty.
Oh, back there.
So I literally moved 3 doors down.
The Lions.
Can't just be giving that out for free.
No, of course not.
You filming?
I am.
What's going on? I'm Sam Tucker. I'm Carter's executive producer. I met Carter, we were in Florida back in July of 2021. We were down there for an artist retreat. He was my roommate for the week at this retreat that we went to for artists and like producers. Fast forward like a year later, Carter decided to do an album in 90 days. So then when he was doing the 90-day album, I hit him up and was asked if I could be an executive producer on it, you know, finishing up just like the final takes and stuff. He let me do that. Needed help carrying the project to the finish line.
What's the first one you remember working on?
Youth, which is the one I featured on. But there was Youth, and then there was one right before that.
There's two.
There's two. There was Nightcap.
That was, yep.
I think Nightcap was one of them. I forget the other one.
Third Date.
Third Date. I remember Third Date really impressed me because I think your writing and like the vocals on that just like really felt like it was authentic to you and your brand. Because I think for me, I've always pushed you to more of like the pop punk style.
Yeah, for sure.
And more of like the, hey, like really lean into that. And so I remember Third Date really impressed me. And then I remember, I think it was on one of those songs, after I sent it back to you, you were like, bro, I wanted you to do a feature on one of them. And I was like, oh, okay. And then the next one you sent was Youth. I remember it being like, I remember falling in love with that one like ASAP.
Yeah.
And I remember the bridge for that was like really beautiful. I was like, oh my gosh, I love this bridge. And so I remember being really excited because I really liked the hook on that one too.
Yeah, that's one of
my
my
feature
favorites.
on that, and it was probably one of my favorite features I've ever done before. I think it's kind of fun to feature on other people's music because the reality is that like they've already come up with the song idea, they've already found the beat, they've already done like 85% of the work, and then you're just coming in and just adding your own special sauce to it. And so it takes a song from like, I mean, an 8 out of 10 to like a 9.5 out of 10 when you got a feature like that. I remember Youth, and then I remember I added some like special sauce to that one. I remember when I sent it to you, I FaceTimed you, and I filmed your reaction. And I think I still do.
Dude. Yeah, that was fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Because like the process of writing and like producing, it's taxing on you because you have ideas and you kind of run with them. But I think to add, when somebody's already kind of laid the groundwork, it's kind of like detailing. It's like if you build a house, it's like if you build the foundation and you build like the structure of the home and you put the walls in, and then you're the person that has to come in and decorate. It's like, it's just like a lot on one person. And so it's like, essentially it feels like I'm like the individual. I like when I enter the role of executive producer, it's like, well, you know, most of the time, I think for most of the songs that I executive produced, it was like somebody's already made the beat, you've already done the vocals. And so when it comes to me, it's like I'm responsible for mixing your vocals and then over the beat, and then it's like, and then I get to do the decorating. It's like, okay, here's the structure, here's the room, and then you got to add like some sauce to it. And so I think that's one of the things I like about being in the executive producer role, is that you get to do the decorating. You get to add all the special sauce and the special flares, because 90% of it's already there. Like the house is already built. It's like you already have the beat, you already have the vocals, but it's that like last 10% that is just like, can be really hard when you are the responsible for doing the production and doing the vocals and doing the mixing and mastering, that like doesn't get enough attention, I think, for most people's music. And so I think for you, like, you find your own beats and you write your own lyrics and you record them. So when it gets to my place, it's like I can do the decorating. And when I get to do the decorating, it's really fun, because it's like it really gets to make, it's genuinely the cherry on top, the last little sprinkles.
Favorite song on the album and why?
My favorite song, I'm partial to Youth just because I featured on it, but that one on the side, my favorite song is like has to be Okay. Just because the hook on that is just bonkers, I think. I like the way that you write hooks, and I think that sometimes my brain can feel like it needs a structure, or like feel like it needs like this word and this word has to rhyme every time, or like this thing has to be this way. And it's like, I think when you write hooks, you kind of feel there's a little bit more freedom, I think, that you have in your brain when you write them. And so I think that like really shows in that hook specifically.
I'm dragging down. When I loosen up, it all goes to the ground. Run it to the ground, I'm trapped, it's alright. Burn it to the ground, I'm taking my time. Burn it to the ground, I'm trapped, it's alright. Burn it to the ground, I'm taking my time. Maybe it's all the shots I don't take, telling myself that I'll be okay. Maybe it's all the time I spent wrong, up late all night making the same song. Can't find the recipe, is this the best of me? Try again, I don't know what they're selling me. Baby, it's
Youth.